Another day, another ride. Hello dear viewer. Yesterday I didn't see anyone at the campground reception. There was a price list which showed that a motel room was much more expensive than a camping spot. I sat down on a bench to consider whether I wanted to use it or finally pitch my tent again. I'd probably been spoiled by the hotel rooms lately, so I decided to book one. After calling the owner, as the sign instructed, he came out and said he was alone and didn't have the time or the inclination to prepare a room. He could, however, offer me a bungalow. Breakfast service wasn't available for the same reason. He referred me to a supermarket near the campground where I could buy food. In the bungalow next to mine was a couple from the Czech Republic, who were also on a motorcycle tour, but they only had a week to spare. There was a dining table between the bungalows which we shared. Only the wife spoke English, so she primarily served as a conversation partner translating for her husband. They found it difficult to understand that I didn't yet know where I was going today, but would find out in the morning. And today's ride goes to Balaton Villagers on Lake Balaton. This lake is supposedly very beautiful and a must-see spot in Hungary. There are several campsites nearby, but I'll check on site which one I'll stay at. I planned the route with Kurviker, so I won't be riding solely on main roads. The distance is approximately 235 kilometers. Because Hungary is located fairly centrally in the Balkan region, I've always imagined it to be a mountainous country. There are some medium-high mountains, but most of the country is relatively flat. So you have beautiful views, mainly over fields, at least on today's route. Only towards the end of the ride did I encounter some small hills. It was busy at the lake and the campsites were full. It is, after all, the holiday season and the weekend. The hotels I could find on Google Maps charged high prices for a room that I didn't want to pay, and I could only book guest houses for multiple nights. Therefore, I rode to a campsite a little further from the lake. That added about 60 kilometers to the trip, so I ended up riding almost 300 kilometers. Because of the landscape I rode through today and because the campsite is owned by Dutch people, I had the feeling it feels like home.